All right, guys. Welcome back to the Fantasy's Finest podcast. What can I say? I have a special guest today who's joined us for this episode. This is my son, Landon. Landon, introduce yourselves to the audience. Yourself to the audience, excuse me.
I am a fan favorite around
You're a
here.
fan,
Yeah, um, I'm very into football. I own him in all my fantasy leagues.
except last year, right? Did you
That
win
don't,
last
don't
year?
count. Don't count.
Okay, yeah.
Don't count.
I told you before. Little backstory. So, my son, I had put them in a fantasy league. I made a fantasy league for them a few years ago. They were about 7 or 8. Jackson was like 5 or 6.
Six.
So I got them started in fantasy football early. And me being the nurturing father that took their interest and tried to expound on it, right? I wanted them to learn how to play fantasy football and have a better understanding of the game. So I took it easy on them their first 2 years in the league. They were getting to know how to draft, they were learning how to, you know, get acclimated to using a computer or a tablet. So I took it easy on them the first couple years. The third season, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna ramp up. I'm gonna show them, what a true fantasy football champion looks like. And I think I did pretty good in my third year because the first 2 years, my son Landon, he won he won the league's championships. So he did his thing. I'm not gonna hold you, but last year I turned up and I had to, let him know who was boss
You ain't like
around
that.
these
You ain't
parts.
like that.
I'm not like that,
Nah,
but I'm the champion, so I can be whatever I want, right?
I still own you.
Yeah, you don't own me.
It's 2-1.
It's
two
two.
to
It's
one.
cool. It's 2-1,
It's 2-1.
but it's not gonna be 2-1 much longer, cause I'm gonna win again this year, back to back like Drake.
Nah, you ain't like that.
But let me introduce this episode. So this is our very first live episode of the Fantasy's Finest podcast. Kind of a trial run type of situation. I want to get more acclimated to doing lives across our social media platforms. So if you are checking out the Fantasy's Finest podcast for the very first time, our fantasy football podcast, we're on YouTube, we're on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, so you can check us out there too. You can follow us on your favorite social media platforms. Our podcast is available on almost every podcast platform you can get to, and we also have our YouTube channel for our podcast as well. So you can go over there and follow it, hit the subscribe button, and do all of that good stuff. So for this episode today, right? This episode we're going to be talking about our reactions to the NFL draft. The draft is done. All the players are where they're going to be at for their foreseeable futures for their rookie contracts, and we're going to talk about our reactions to the draft and our kind of our fantasy football uh, outlooks, as it were. And my young man here is going to give us some of his own personal takes and insights as well, because we actually watched the draft together, and I had to actually get them from they were watching the draft. I had some friends over, so they were watching the draft upstairs in the living room, and we were in the man cave. And these dudes kept going back and forth because the TV upstairs was slightly faster than the one in the basement. So they were getting the results and then coming down and telling me, guess who did what? And I'm like, hold on, we're about to
That
watch it.
wasn't me. That was Jackson.
Yeah, it was you
No,
too.
I only did it once.
But you did it though. And we're also going to talk about the George Pickens franchise tag signing. There were a lot of people telling me that Pickens wasn't going to sign the tag and all that extra stuff. So we can talk about that. We can talk about the fantasy implications of George Pickens signing that tag, what it means for his fantasy value, and so on. We'll get into that later in the episode. So again, make sure that you're following the Fantasy's Finest podcast on your favorite podcast platforms, and you can also follow us on our social media at FS Finest and Instagram, Twitter. YouTube is at not at Fantasy's Finest. It's at Fantasy's Finest. The the handle. So you can go in there and look it up, and it's in the bio on our TikTok, so you can find that as well. So, and you can also check out the TikTok channel because it's doing pretty well.
It's AJ.
And our we have our chats going, and I'll figure out how to do all of that too. Our TikTok chat is going, but I can't see the. It's supposed to be a super chat from our platform for using disseminating from for all our social media accounts. So, like I said, this is a working trial, but we definitely wanted to try and give this a spin. So, um, let's get into the George Pickens thing, right? Finally signed the franchise tag during the draft. It was announced that he would be signing his franchise tag. Some believed that it was a tactic for Pickens to show that he was committed while keeping the Cowboys from drafting another wide receiver. There were rumors that the Cowboys were interested in drafting a wide receiver with their 12th overall pick. Some speculations that it would be Jordan Tyson. Shout out to the New Orleans Saints for taking that off the board. I was totally against, the Cowboys trying to use their 12th overall pick to draft a wide receiver because it didn't make sense. You already have Pickens, get the long term deal done, and get him back in camp and everything. But of course, the Joneses decided to announce that they weren't going to be doing any long term contracts or long term deals this year with George Pickens. They just like creating drama, and it's kind of frustrating sometimes because as a Cowboys fan, you just want them to have a quiet off season to get everything done, be professional, be about your business, and we barely get through that sometimes. It's like our off season could be going fantastic, and then all of a sudden Jerry Jones has to put something out there, or Steven Jones has to say something, and it's just freaking annoying.
It's not Steven all the time.
It's Jerry most of the time, but Steven Jones was the one that announced that they weren't going to do a long term contract with George Pickens this year. It's like, okay, nobody needed to know that. You know what I'm saying? They would have put two and two together, but you had to come out and say, we're not gonna do any long term deals with George Pickens this year. We want him to play. We want him to play on a franchise tag.
Maybe they wanted to see if he can get through one more year of like a type of situation where he doesn't like have the moments in Pittsburgh where he had them, and it's like this building the momentum of where can we see if you can keep your calm during the season.
But see, the thing about his and it's funny that you talk about his perception, right? Because of what happened in Pittsburgh or some of the knucklehead stuff that he used to do in Pittsburgh. His league perception is that like times 10. Like the league feels like he's a loose cannon, which is weird because if you actually think about some of the stuff that George Pickens has actually done, he hasn't done anything. He hasn't had any real off the field issues, has he?
No,
Or anything that hit the news and was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe George Pickens did that." I can't believe George Pickens did that. He's never had those kind of situations. He's never had any run-in with the law yet. You know what I'm saying?
that we
Like
know of.
that. But trust me, if he had a situation like that, the whole world would know. Especially now that he's with the Dallas Cowboys, they would have known that something happened. So he hasn't really had any situations where it's like George Pickens is just a wild card and we can't trust him. But because of some of the things that he's done on the field, the NFL views him as a person that's a risk in order to sign him to a long term deal. Because remember, Stephen Jones also said that the NFL they haven't gotten any offers since the start of not training camp, free agency. They haven't got any offers for George Pickens after hitting him with the non-exclusive. And even with the non-exclusive tag, you can still negotiate with the player, and then the team has the ability to match the offer, and they can actually negotiate a lower draft cost if they're going to use draft picks because the non-exclusive uses you have to give up two first round picks. But that's the hard line. It's like, okay, if another team comes along and says, "Hey, we'll give you $40 million," right? The Cowboys could then go, "Okay, well, we're not going to match that. But what are you going to give us for Pickens?" "Well, we can't give you two firsts. We'll give you a first and a fourth." And like, nah, we want a first. And they can go back and forth like that. So it doesn't have to be two firsts. But that's the hard line. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So it's just weird. And then on the other thing about the whole George Pickens situation is that I've seen people say, "Oh, we they should get rid of George Pickens. They should just trade him and get something for him." And we've actually had that conversation ourselves. We actually had a video posted on TikTok and our YouTube channel about our conversation. So, like, just give us. Can you give us the gist of what your thoughts are on trading George Pickens, or whether you're not trading George Pickens? Like, what's your what's your opinion for our audience today?
It's more of player value and draft capital.
Player value and draft capital.
Yeah,
So you're okay with trading George Pickens.
depends on what you get.
It depends on what you get.
Yeah,
So, but that's the thing. And that's why I have an issue with people saying, "Oh, well, we should trade him for something." If you think about the teams that would be interested in trading for George Pickens, one, are they in playoff contention, or are they rebuilding, or they're trying to reshape their team? Like, there's a difference between getting draft capital from the Jets or the Kansas City Chiefs, because you're basically going to be picking in the back of the draft with the Kansas City Chiefs. So are you giving up George Pickens for a super second round pick, because you're picking in the from
but what
25
if
to
it's like
30?
what if it's like two first and a second? Like,
Nobody's giving up two first and a second. Nobody's
never
doing that.
know. We've seen some dumb trades before.
Who's dumb enough to do that?
Anybody,
Cleveland is actually in a position where they can't do any dumb stuff.
because they signed Miles
Well, no, it's not just that. You remember they got the Deshaun Watson deal that was highly regarded as one of the worst contracts that they could have signed.
That's because
Fully guaranteed at
Deshaun
that.
Watson was good at the time.
But he hasn't panned out, right?
The same thing could happen to George Pickens. You don't know.
I mean,
There could be a fall off. You know how they have like these sophomore somethings. They have like this like
well, he's beyond his sophomore.
before contract year or something like that. They do all these things that make it look like you are ready or not ready to play because of just how experienced or unexperienced you are. They do stuff like that all the time.
But George Pickens, I think that we're past the point where he's just going to fall off the face of the earth. You have to have a good quarterback, and that was something that he did not have with the Steelers. So when he gets over to Dallas and has a 1,400 season All Pro year,
What about Russell Wilson?
what about Russell
Do we
Wilson?
not do like the half of the season that Russell Wilson started doing that counts as a good.
And then the Steelers they benched him.
He peaked.
He, but you still bench him, and you still have an inadequate quarterback. I like Justin Fields, but he hasn't lived up to the NFL caliber of quarterback so far in his
He
career.
gonna get himself 4 wins this year. What?
Where
Kansas City.
can that's if
He's starting.
Patrick Mahomes wants to be ready by week 1. The latest
Justin Fields is playing week 1.
if he plays week 1 and they lose, what you gonna say then?
Justin Fields is winning week 1.
You don't even have the schedule out yet.
I don't need a schedule. They can be playing the Jaguars. He's still winning.
Oh, so you that
Yes.
you that confident?
Yes.
We need to make a.
Give Justin Fields 1 game. He's winning.
No, I need to put that.
Justin
Into.
Fields is winning, bro.
We need like a gentleman's wager.
That is not no.
We need a gentleman's wager for that.
Justin Fields is winning.
Okay, so if Justin Fields doesn't win, if he starts week 1 and he doesn't win, what do I get?
I don't know.
Yeah, no, we gotta work that detail out, because I'm gonna put you to the test now. Because if you really think that
Justin Fields was a great quarterback in
college,
no, in Pittsburgh. He was
decent.
he wasn't decent. He almost beat us.
He's still decent though.
He almost beat us just by running. There's no different. There's no doubt about it. Like
Okay.
you don't think he could beat a team like the Jaguars, the Titans?
I don't think he can beat the Jaguars now.
He could beat the Jaguars.
No,
Yes, he can.
not this iteration of the
He
Jaguars.
beat the Jaguars.
The Jaguars from maybe 2 seasons ago, he
Oh,
might.
beat the Jaguars.
Okay,
He can beat the Jaguars.
let them be.
You give him a healthy receiver, a non like legal Rasheed Rice, and Xavier Worthy that has come to play without no issues. But you see, both receivers had issues last year off the field. If you give them just like 1 week without anything going wrong, you have a good season.
Okay, we'll see. The schedule comes out in like maybe a week or two.
Yeah.
So we'll see, and then we'll have and I'll post a video of our gentleman's wager.
If Justin Fields plays,
If he plays week 1, that's going to be your saving
watch
grace.
him win week 18 though.
Ain't nobody care about no week 18.
No, but it matter though. Like we talking about.
It's not going to matter. You really think so?
Yeah. And Mahomes get hurt sometimes. Justin Fields play one game, he win.
All right. So before we move on and get into the meat of our episode, I got one more caveat to talk about this George Pickens thing, and then we can go on.
Yes.
His fantasy value.
Yes.
He signed on the franchise tag. He's going to be locked in with the Cowboys for the 2026 season. $27.3 million is the tag. He had a fantastic season last year. He did peter out towards the end of the season.
That's because CD came back.
Well, it wasn't that because he was still balling. But remember, all the way up until I believe the Detroit game, the final 4 or 5 games, he kind of petered out. He had one top 10 finish, or he had one top 10 performance down the stretch last season. I think it was against the Los Angeles Chargers, right? Mm-hmm. But he had 1,400 yards, over 1,400 yards, 9 touchdowns. He averaged 17.3 fantasy points per game. He finished as a top 10 fantasy wide receiver. Now, this site I use called Underdog, it has their average draft positions kind of early. They have him right now being drafted as the wide receiver 10. He's the 10th wide receiver coming off the board, but he's being drafted in the 3rd round. The beginning of the 3rd round, he's coming off the board. So he's being drafted behind guys like Rashee Rice and Drake London. Now, those two are specifically because they're coming off in the 2nd round. So let me ask you this, and then we'll move on to our news. Would you take George Pickens over Drake London? Yes. Say it a little louder because I want the audience to hear you.
You know why I say this?
Why?
We don't even know who Drake London's quarterback is.
That's fair.
And I don't trust Tua throwing a singular football to anybody. If Michael Penix don't play and Tua is a starting quarterback, I will not draft a single Atlanta Falcons player.
Okay. What about Rashee Rice?
You still don't got a quarterback.
Because you don't think Patrick Mahomes is going to... But you just said Justin Fields is like that.
Yeah, but we don't even know if Justin Fields is going to play.
Who else is there?
Wait, don't they got that other dude, Chris?
No, but he's not.
Yeah, bro, he still played, though, last season.
He's not going to play over Justin Fields.
You never know what goes on in Andy Reid's
First of all,
bro.
you can't say that because you just sat here and said that Justin Fields...
If Justin Fields is the starter from weeks 1 to 3, I'm cool with that. Yeah, give Rashee Rice that second round, like back second round.
So you would take Rashee Rice over George Pickens?
No, in the back second round, but it's Pickens first, and then
Rashee?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I'm asking.
If it's a snake and I'm picking back to back,
it is snake. It's going to be snake.
I'll take George and I'll take Rashee Rice. That's one.
Okay, so you would pick George Pickens over. I mean, there's not a right or wrong answer. I just want your. So that's what you would do?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not mad at that because I would do the same thing. You know, I think based on how George performed last year, you do have some turnover with the situation in Atlanta with Tua Tagovailoa over there. You don't know if Patrick Mahomes is going to start the season with the Kansas City Chiefs because he tore up his knee. So yeah, there's some limbo there. Michael Penix says that he wants to be ready by week 1. But his recovery is probably going to take him into training camp, deep into training camp.
I don't trust either of them quarterbacks, bro.
If I had to choose between Tua,
I'm taking Penix. I know that.
Nah. Penix over Tua? You're wildin'.
You sound crazy right now.
There's no way on God's green, and I like Michael Penix, but there's no way on God's green earth you're going to take Michael Penix over Tua.
Yes, I am.
What has Penix done, respectfully, what has he done to this point that makes you think that he should start over Tua?
Penix almost beat the Patriots.
Whoop-de freaking do?
And Drake London had like 3 touchdowns.
That's great.
You get Michael Penix another weapon. Zachariah Branch, he got another wide receiver. You still pushing this Jahan Johnson thing? You still pushing this Jahan Johnson thing like it's real.
That's not what I said.
It is not real. You pushing this Jahan Johnson thing.
I personally don't care about Jahan Johnson or Zachariah Branch.
Yes,
and I could be wrong on Branch, but no, I'm not
That's
touching.
Georgia Bulldog. What are you talking about?
Oh, Georgia. Oh, so he's what did he do?
He's a receiver.
Oh, that's great.
Him and Jahan Dotson are like the same size.
Listen,
It don't
it's gonna
matter.
be the Kyle Pitts and Drake London show, and then everybody else.
Kyle Pitts only has one good game a year, and that is in the fantasy playoffs, week 16.
No, he was balling last year.
That was week 16.
He had a whole bunch of games towards the end of the season. Are you serious? Especially when Kirk Cousins came
He had
back.
40 points.
He had a few games. All right, we can fact check this because that's what I like to do on my show too.
He had
If
40
we say, hold on, hear me out,
points.
hear me out. Sometimes we say things that we don't always know the answer, and I'm cool with that. But on our show, on the Fantasy's Finest, we fact check. So if we say, hold on, if we say something that we might not be clear on, it's okay. Because that's why we have research tools. That's why we have Google. That's why we have fantasy data and all of that stuff. So even if we don't know right now, that's why we have social media. We'll fact check and we will revisit and see who really has the answer.
But Kyle Pitts had 40 points towards the end of the season. He had one game, the game against Tampa Bay.
But you're highlighting one game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That was his only good game to me, besides the 18-point game against Carolina. I'm pretty sure
18 points, 18 fantasy points for a tight end is really good.
Dalton K gave me that the first 4 weeks.
And then he blew his knee out.
That's not fair.
I'm just saying.
He didn't have. Kyle Pitts didn't have a quarterback
I'm telling you.
until
Okay,
Kirk
okay.
Cousins
So
makes
you're
what
saying,
you were arguing.
okay, so you're saying Kyle Pitts only had one good game down the stretch, and I'm saying that he had multiple games down the stretch, which is why he finished as a top 10, top 5, I believe, tight end.
That dude was giving me
So I'll
5
give you
points
two
on
caveats. I'll give you two caveats to my one, and we'll see who's right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
That dude had like 9 points. I ain't gonna lie.
All right. That's fine. But okay, now that we've done our intro to the podcast, and we went a little longer than we normally do.
Because I tell you,
Yeah.
right.
You okay? Now we're gonna get into our news segment, and then talk about some of the popular headlines or the new headlines that are floating around out of the news segments. So we're gonna start with this one because they made a big deal out of it, and it was during the time where Pickens hadn't signed the franchise tag. So the Cowboys signed Marquez Valdez-Scantling to a 1-year contract. Everybody thought that it was going to be, oh, he's going to be George Pickens' replacement.
That's what Anthony Smith is for.
No, Anthony, the 7th rounder.
I believe in him.
Shh. All right, look,
He
keep it
built
up.
like Trey Harris.
You keep it up. And
He's built like Trey Harris.
You keep it up, and
He
this is
built
gonna be
like
your
Trey
first.
Harris.
This is gonna be your first and last appearance on the podcast,
I
bro.
done made some good takes that wasn't on here. You know it.
Well, next time you give me, you know what? I might even make a segment for you so you can make your own takes, and then we can go from there, and then see how right you are.
Last year I was perfect.
But Anthony Smith is not going to be. He's going to be your wide receiver 4 at best, behind CeeDee Lamb, behind George Pickens, behind Ryan Flournoy. Those are your 3 top wide receivers for the Cowboys.
I think Flournoy could be wide receiver too.
Over Pickens?
No, I'm not saying if Pickens was on the team.
No, I don't think that Flournoy.
You don't think Flournoy the Flournoy show could be a really good.
No, I don't. I think that
man has great hand-eye coordination.
I'm not saying he's a bad wide receiver. I'm saying I don't think that he would be good enough to be a wide receiver 2. I think he's solid at wide receiver 3. A lot of people blow up the Detroit game because he had a fantastic game. Yeah, the Jets game was good.
And Pickens only had 44 yards.
But there's a reason why he was able to get off in those games. One, the Jets game, Sauce is guarding Pickens. I don't think the Jets have another corner. Who?
Isaiah Thomas.
Is he good?
Yeah.
Well, he wasn't good that game because Ryan Flournoy was baking him if he was out there on him.
I'm pretty sure he was the cornerback 3 because they got that.
He's the cornerback 3?
They got that McFlurry kid over there.
Whoever it was getting toasted out there.
They got some new dude.
And then you look at the Detroit Lions game, they completely took George Pickens out of there after CeeDee Lamb got hurt. Mm-hmm. So you have Flournoy basically on whoever was out there, and he was getting busy.
Ryan Flournoy legacy game.
I guess.
What you mean you guess?
But as far as MVS goes, it's just a depth move. It was nothing to write home about. It wasn't.
I don't trust it.
The 49ers have some news. Kyle Shanahan said that tight end George Kittle, who's dealing with an Achilles injury, has a chance to play week 1 the speculation there is kind of up in the air because he did not really double down on that news saying that like things like George Kittle's on track to play week 1, but he's still coming along in his recovery. So Kittle's status is still going to be up in the air even as we probably get into training camp, and then we'll get to see whether or not he's practicing, and then if he can really get going. Because remember, his injury was late in the season during the playoffs against the Eagles.
Give me that backup. What was his name?
Tonjes.
Yeah, yeah,
Is it Jake
yeah.
Tonjes?
Jake.
Yeah, you gonna
Yeah.
draft him?
No, wait. It depends on if he plays or not.
Oh, okay.
Cause Jake Tonjes is a good value option. You saw him last year. He was doing good week 1 against the Seahawks.
Hmm?
Yeah,
He can.
he had a
He can.
touchdown.
Yeah, he can ball, and Mac Jones was really helping him out.
Mac Jones needs to go somewhere where he could start. I see him on the Jets. Mac Jones flip it around.
That would be smart.
Pull opposite Sam Darnold. You feel me? Like he go to the Jets, turn his career around, go somewhere else.
But the problem is the 49ers want too much for him. They want a first round pick for Mac Jones.
Are they still paying Mac Jones?
Yeah, they still no. They got Brock. You mean are they still paying him?
Yes. Are they still? Paying
Yeah,
him?
he's under contract.
How
He's not going nowhere.
So they let Sam Darnold go and picked up Mac Jones.
Yeah.
Tell me, end up.
What do you mean?
Where was Mac Jones before that?
That's a good question.
Oh, he's on the Jags.
He was on the Jags, but that was a while ago.
He's doing BTJ.
Yes,
That was that
you're
one
right.
year BTJ
You're right.
was
You're right.
good. Oh my god.
His rookie season.
No.
That's right. That's right. All right, let's keep moving in our news. So we had a couple of players get their 5th-year option signed. Vikings exercised their 5th-year option on Jordan Addison's contract. Los Angeles got theirs done with Quentin Johnston, and Detroit obviously picked up Jahmyr Gibbs because he's a
They
stud.
can't extend him yet.
No, they're in the process of he's eligible for an extension. Actually, all of them are since they're on their 5th years. So they could work out something before. I think is it July 15th is the deadline for new contracts.
I think so.
I have to make sure double back
And then
and
in the
look that
season
up.
week 10.
Yep. But there's for skilled players, there's 3. Those 3 got their 5th-year options exercised. NFL Network's Ian Rappaport says that Broncos quarterback Bo Nix underwent a successful and anticipated follow-up cleanup procedure on his ankle. Remember, he busted up his ankle.
I can't unsee his ankle. What's his name? Tyler Sports or whatever. He showed a screenshot of his ankle.
Oh, he did?
It's
I
crazy.
missed that. Was the sole swollen?
His leg is outward.
Oh, it was? They tried to blow it up like it wasn't that bad. Like, because he was still out there walking around.
If you go look at his leg.
I'm going to go look at it. Because I didn't
His leg look miserable. I'm not.
I didn't see that. But I'll look it up. They said the initial break happened during the division round of the playoffs. So
I didn't even know he broke it. The play that they said he broke it on.
That was-
it looked normal. He
that
came
was
back
the
out
other
there.
thing.
Yeah,
I wasn't sure because when I saw it, I was like,
he looked fine.
"What happened?"
He
Yeah,
walked it off. He went to go take another snap. I'm like, okay, he's running the ball. He walking down the field, no limping. I'm like, all right.
exactly. I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
And that's why I kept like I was looking on social media to see where he broke his ankle because they have the plays
They
where.
was only saying that one play where he slid. I'm like, he looked fine.
Mm-hmm. And our final news nugget: Adam Schefter believes that the Eagles will get a first-round pick for wide receiver AJ Brown in a trade with the Patriots. Now it's going from a 2027 first-round pick or a future 2028 first-round pick. Some believe that they're going to get a second-round pick for AJ Brown.
AJ Brown gonna turn into what's his name?
Who?
Antonio Brown.
Antonio? No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
He's first of all, he doesn't have CTA.
That don't
And
matter.
he's not a crash out,
You don't know that.
and he wants a new contract, so he's not going to mess up his bread.
He may be a crash out.
It might be no.
You see the dude reading a book on the sideline.
That's being upset that he's not being involved in the
He
offense.
was reading a book, dog.
Yeah, I would too. You got me running cardio and he not getting no targets.
He over here reading Twilight while they discussing.
I don't know if he was reading Twilight.
Hey.
But that'll do it for this our news segment. Now we can get into the meat and potatoes of our podcast, our fantasy reactions to the NFL draft for 2026. And we're gonna go over like the first couple of rounds because there were some key players that were picked up. Obviously, everybody was talking about Jeremiah Love, so he's going to be our first guy that we discuss because he was drafted by the Arizona Cardinals with the third overall pick. Now, that was crazy because there was no indication that Arizona was going to pick up Jeremiah Love. That was just, it came out of nowhere. And it definitely sunk my Tyler Algier take because I thought that he was going to be the starting running back for the Arizona Cardinals and that he was just going to, that's how it was going to work. And it just didn't pan out that way.
You love you some Tyler Algier.
Yeah. Because he's good, but you're not going to get
And
off.
when I told him, did you want him to come down? He was like, nah, I'm like,
No, I did. No, don't do that.
No, you said no.
I did want him to come.
Last year, when I was talking about him, he was like, no.
Because they already had Javonte Williams.
If we didn't bring Javonte, would you want to
Yeah, he was on my list. And I already posted it on Twitter, so there now. But he wasn't coming to Dallas. He was a free agent, and he went to Arizona. We had Javonte Williams, and we signed him.
I don't believe in Jaden Blue.
Well, I mean, Tyler Algier wanted to be a starter, right? But
and they took that away from him in less than a month.
And this is the second time that that's happened to him because remember the Atlanta Falcons took Bijan Robinson, and then he got relegated to being the backup.
He should have just went to the what's it called?
Who?
Went to the Jets.
There's Brees Hall's there.
Never know. They might.
They weren't.
Pull the starters.
They hit him with the non-exclusive.
Well, anything's possible.
No, it's not because this is the NFL. Now, anything can happen, but sometimes it just doesn't. But is it a good landing spot for Jeremiah Love? I think that it is.
No.
Arizona's not a good landing spot for Jeremiah Love?
No.
Why not?
What's his name?
Who?
Tennessee.
You thought Tennessee was better?
Yeah.
He had to make it to Tennessee, though.
Nick Singleton's there. That's my guy.
Yeah, that's my guy, too.
That's my teacher's favorite running back.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh.
So.
Speak up. Use your big boy voice.
No. My teacher went to Penn State, so, she was very happy when she saw Nick Singleton and Kaytron Allen get drafted. But she ain't really like the Drew Howard thing. That wasn't on the agenda.
Oh, okay.
Nah, that wasn't.
But we can get into Nick Singleton a little bit later because that was one of my my other players of interest. But Jeremiah Love landing with Arizona was a great landing spot. He becomes the running back one. He's a dual running back.
For sure.
Inside, outside, versatile in the pass game. He's a threat. He had almost 1,400 yards his junior year with Notre Dame. Double-digit touchdowns, I believe.
Yeah, he had 20.
He's really nice. He was the best running back in the draft by far.
Well, I mean,
you thought somebody was better?
It could have been better. I don't know.
Who?
What's his name? The Jadarian Price could have been.
That's the only other running back.
If you give Jadarian Price more snaps, it could have been possible.
That was the only running back. That was the only other running back that was drafted in the first round.
He could have. If he got more snaps than Jeremiah Love, it would have been possible. They split carries.
Yeah, I know. Both of them was really good.
They almost had a national championship.
But for fantasy football, it's a great landing spot. He's going to be the bell cow. Or at least I think he's going to be the bell now.
Jadarian Price is still going to have more yards
than who?
Jeremiah Love.
What?
But that was Zach Sherman, yes. Zach Sherman is going to have a touchdown.
Hold on.
It's going to be just like the Devontae Adams thing.
I tell everybody.
Just like the Devontae Adams
I used to tell everybody, Mark and Jalen, I used to tell them when we first started doing the podcast, don't say anything that you don't really mean. What I mean is, don't say hot takey stuff just to do hot takey stuff.
That is not hot takey.
I'm just telling you. That's my disclaimer for the podcast because I don't ever want to do stuff like that. I don't say hot takey stuff.
If you give him a full season,
nah.
Yes. If you give Jadarian Price a full season, no Zach Charbonnet, no George Kalani, this George Kalani thing is
it's overblown.
Yes. I'm done. Like
George Kalani he's decent. He's okay.
He could have been number one,
but he's not.
Well,
he's a number 3 right now because you remember
he's number 2.
Seattle picked up Emmanuel Wilson. I'm just saying that's what they got.
That was last year. Remember, Emmanuel Wilson in the backfield, but Josh Jacobs. He took Josh Jacobs' spot in that Giants game. He had over 100 yards. He was doing everything. It was like
okay. But I feel like the landing spot for Jeremiah Love is good.
Who's next on this list?
Hold on. Don't be touching my stuff. This is my
Let
list.
me peep the list. You got some.
Of
You don't got some
course,
names on there. Yeah,
no.
yeah, yeah.
I got a few
You
names.
sure?
Yeah, we're going through the first round.
Yeah.
You know, Cardinal. We can move on. Cardinal Tate was the next player off the.
What you got over
Carnell Tate was the next player being drafted. He got picked up by the Tennessee Titans with the fourth overall pick. Um, I'm I like the player. I'm not crazy about the landing spot.
Cam Moore's good.
I, here's my thing.
Keep disrespecting
It's
Cam Moore.
no, it's not disrespect for Cam Moore. It's just that I have his rookie season stuck in my head, and
That man was
it's
doing
not
everything.
fair. Huh?
That
Yeah,
man was
he
doing
was.
everything.
It wasn't fair to him because he lost Calvin Ridley during the season. He had some decent players in Kamara, DK, and what was the other young boy that they got? The
Iron Man.
Io Manor. Yeah, he had some decent guys, but they weren't up to snuff to help him out, and the offensive line wasn't great, right?
I can't unsee the what's it called?
What?
That one play. Oh no! When I drafted Calvin Ridley in like the fifth round, on was every league possible.
And he blew his fibula.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucked for you.
That's why I lost. That's why I lost.
That's why.
That's why I lost in the B league.
Calvin
I
Ridley.
drafted him in every league except the family one.
Oh.
And the B league was just a little.
Oh,
I didn't get my first one until like week 7.
Oh.
You know, because
dang.
it was wait.
I can't relate.
No.
Because I was mopping everybody.
You still didn't win.
I won.
I swear you didn't win.
I won. I believe I won the
you
B
won
league.
Family league. You didn't win the B league.
I won the B league.
I thought.
Yeah, buddy.
No, wait, Mark is it?
No, Mark didn't win. Mark won A league.
Yeah, Mark.
Yeah, Mark won the A league, our co-host, and I won the B league. Yeah, get like me.
I am. I'm better than you.
You better than me? You won't be better than me. You got 2 early chips because I let you win.
I'm a chip winner.
We'll see. But back to Cardinal Tate. I do like the player. I do like him as a wide receiver. I'm a little apprehensive because I still have Cam Ward's rookie season stuck in my head. They've made changes to the offensive coordinator position. They brought in Brian Dable from New York. Dable brought in Wandale Robinson. They have adequate weapons. Calvin Ridley's coming back.
I think Wandale Robinson just came there because he knew he was going to get a fair shot at being number 1. I don't think he came because
No, he wasn't going to be the number 1.
He's going to be number 1.
He's not going to be. Calvin Ridley's still there, and they drafted a wide receiver with the 4th overall pick.
To be the mentor.
I do believe that.
But he's not going to be the number 1.
You don't think he's going to be the number 1?
No.
All right. I think
it's going to be Wandale, Calvin Ridley, Cardinal Tate.
I think it's going to be one of those transitional pieces where Carnell Tate is going to get acclimated to the league. It's going to be Calvin Ridley first, then Carnell Tate, and then once Carnell Tate has his like coming of age in the NFL, if he has it in his rookie season, is going to switch.
Cardinal Tate's winning OPOY.
No.
Yes, he is.
No.
Yes.
As much as that, as cool as that would be, in Dable's first year,
Cardinal Tate's winning OPOY.
no.
That's that gadget type play.
You're saying a lot of stuff. I hope you know that I can clip these.
It doesn't matter.
Okay. All right.
I believe in what I believe in. I haven't been wrong since I was like.
You haven't been
7.
wrong?
Since 7.
You haven't been wrong?
Yeah, I haven't said anything outlandish since I was 7.
I'm definitely gonna bookmark this episode.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
It's
Okay. Keep talking.
Yeah, you can't
But-
put me in no memes.
Oh yes, I can.
No, you're not, Nathan.
Yes, I can.
No, you're not, Nathan.
All right. So, Carnell Tate, what round do you think you should draft him in? Just off the top. It doesn't have to be underdog accurate.
7.
7?
Yeah.
Before the 10th round?
Yeah.
Before double digits?
7. 7 at best. 8 is where you kind of pushing it because that's where you're gonna see Jeremiah Love.
I don't think Jeremiah Love's
Wait,
falling.
no, Jeremiah Love go 4th to 5th.
You got to remember the running back position is a little bit different than wide receiver because there's so many players at wide receiver. Some rookies can get pushed down despite their draft stock. So that's just something to keep in mind. And running back is a little shallower. Even though you have a new influx of running backs every year, all of them don't have bell cow roles. Some of them are sharing workloads. So you're trying to pick amongst those tiered players as opposed to the depth that has wide
I
receiver.
remember one year, like 2023, went from Derrick Henry to Raheem Mostert. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh
you
my
see, that's a
goodness.
and you talking about like when he was with Miami.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
that
went from it went from it
you
was
see how
Derrick
stark
Henry,
that is.
Raheem Mostert,
And
and then
there weren't a lot of people talking about some. Yeah, Raheem Mostert, we definitely got to talk about him. He's gonna be such a stud and blah blah blah. No, they wasn't talking about him like that.
that would have been
But
fun.
like I said, I do like Tate. I do like.
Cardinal
I'm
Tate.
just I want to see what Brian Dable can do with that offense, with Cam Ward, and can Cam Ward take the next step in his NFL career and be much better quarterback than what he was in his rookie year.
Cam Moore passes for 4,000 yards before Caleb Williams.
Okay,
Caleb
you
Williams
saying
almost did it last year.
I respect the fact that you saying it with your chest. I will say that.
Caleb Williams almost did it last year, but I still see what's his name? Cam Moore doing it.
Okay.
You give him more weapons, give him a good offensive line. Great defense, to be honest. I think they might win this year, the division.
The Titans.
Yeah.
Okay.
If they do somehow win the division, it's gonna be because of the last game.
It's gonna come down to the last game of the
It's either the
season.
division just suck and CJ Stroud is just anywhere except playing football, but he cut his hair, so there might be a little issue there.
Okay. All right. So the next pick was Jordan Tyson, 8th overall to the Saints. Now that's actually one of my favorite picks.
He
I
gonna be
think
a
Jordan
monster.
Tyson. Yeah, I think that he could have a really good rookie year. He gets into a system where they pass the ball a lot. They finished sixth last season in pass attempts. Um,
Shock.
They needed a number two option. They did not have that last year behind Chris Olave. Jawan Johnson was
They did have it.
who?
They had Shaheed before they let him go.
Yeah, but they traded him to
Yeah.
Seattle. But then they didn't have and Rasheed was a little inconsistent last year. He had some big games,
Because
but
he's
then
getting hit.
that's part of football.
No. Tyler Shepard throwing that ball.
I mean, it
No,
was his rookie
The
year.
thing about it is, he started the season with Spencer Rattler.
That's the thing. That's what I was about to say. I'm
He
sorry.
started the season with Spencer Rattler. You talking about some? He was not good. The dude was.
No, I didn't say he
The
wasn't
dude was
good. I
getting
said he
two
was
passes attempts.
inconsistent.
I'm over here screaming at the TV because I'm starting them fans. He got two passes attempts. He got 7 yards. I'm like, dude.
Why are you starting Rasheed?
And they rushing yards. I'm like, dude.
Well, you was playing a little risky biscuit.
It was a bye week, and it was a bye week for all the good players. It was like Emeka,
Oh, okay.
and then all of them, and it was Rashid Shaheed and what's his name? Justin Jefferson.
Okay. I wouldn't. I would have looked for somebody else.
Jefferson and Jameer Gibbs was the 1-2. Yeah, him and Jameson Williams was a little funny toward the end
Oh,
of the season.
they killed me. I
You dropped Jameson Williams.
I had to.
And they gave me a 20-point game, and they went back to the little
Mhm.
line. 0.64.
Yeah, the Lions decided that they weren't going to get him involved.
8.26.
But back to Jordan Tyson, man. I feel like between him and Cardinal Tate, Tyson is my number one wide receiver heading
You
into.
think Tyson has more yards than Olave?
I think, no, not more than Olave. Olave's your number one guy.
Things change.
You think that they're trying to get a contract with Olave done?
Organizations change.
They're not changing that. Then now the Saints did draft a few more wide receivers too, so they got depth. You think that they don't want to pay Chris Olave?
Trade him, maybe.
Trade him?
Who knows?
I didn't think about that. I don't see the Saints doing that though. Olave is still a great wide receiver, though he had some injury issues,
Both of them have
concussions.
injury issues.
Yeah, so
You either take
you think
one or
that they
the
flip one?
You take one or the other. You go injury for injury, or you go whoever's healthy the longest stays.
Really?
Yes.
I don't think they would do that. Whoever's the healthiest stays.
Yes.
Mm-mm.
Bring Jameis Winston back in. Cool.
The thing I liked about Tyson's game, which I really think it will fit with the Saints, is that he can be used all over the field. He's a very versatile wide receiver, but he can also be a deep threat, and he could fill that role where Shaheed
Yeah,
left.
he's very fast.
He is very fast, especially off the line of scrimmage. Like if he gets behind you, he's gone. You know what I'm saying? So attention's going to be on Chris Olave because he's the number one guy, and I think that'll benefit Tyson. And I think he's in a better system with Kellen Moore as opposed to Tate with Brian Dable.
Brian Dable could be good.
I don't think Brian Dable is bad as far as the offensive coordinator
You
goes.
just don't give him them head coaching things.
Nah,
That ain't really his
nah, that's not his
strong
will.
suit.
Nah, it's not. He had his time in New York, and it didn't really pan out that
He
well.
had one. He had the dart. The dart was good. Dart.
Yeah, Jackson Dart is good.
As long as Cam Ward ain't running, we should be fine.
Say what?
As long as Cam Ward ain't running, we should be fine.
We'll see. He gonna be running. I'm telling you that now. You saw how much Jackson Dart was running.
They gonna get the dude killed, and we not gonna have a fantasy quarterback from weeks 1 to 7.
But Tyson, I think that's gonna be my number one wide receiver, my number one rookie wide receiver this year over Tate. I think I got Tate at 2, and I'm cool with that.
You know it's gonna be number 1.
Who?
Denzel.
Denzel Boston. We'll see. Okay, so now this pick was the head scratcher for the league. Ty Simpson, he got drafted in the 13th with the 13th overall pick by the Los Angeles Rams.
He's winning MVP.
He shut up, boy. You just trolling now. It was. I don't think that was a smart move. I don't. You're in a position where your team right now.
Not one.
No, I don't think he did. I think he was looking at Les Snead like, yo, what are you doing, bro?
He was like, I can't wait to work with you, coach.
What do you say? Let's make history?
Let's make history, coach.
Yeah, that was wild. That was wild to say. But that was probably one of the worst picks that you could have made. Just off a standpoint that your team is on the cusp of making it to a deep run in the playoffs.
They should have drafted defense.
They should have drafted defense.
Or
you. There you go. Oh, you beat me to it. So you could have had another wide receiver, maybe the eventual heir to Devontae Adams, who's getting older. You got Puka Nacua.
Who says Devontae Adams can play till he's 40?
That's if he wants to play till he's 40.
You never know. You can pull a Jerry Rice on you now.
But that was probably one of the biggest head scratchers. Like, yo, why take him there? Because really, Ty Simpson was being talked about heading into the draft, but you probably could have got him in the second round and been cool. Or you just don't draft a quarterback in this draft because next season is supposed to be much better at quarterback or much deeper at quarterback. So you could have took one then if you.
That's the quarterback.
They needed a quarterback.
They said they were starting Gino.
They needed a quarter. Is this thing on?
They're starting.
They need a quarterback.
They're starting Gino.
They need a quarterback. And I'm
starting Gino.
Gino's not. He's up and down.
Starting Gino.
He's up and down.
That's not true.
Yeah. Yes, he is.
You
He
saw
was
week
good.
1, Gino? Didn't Gino beat the Patriots?
Whoop de doo.
He had Trey Tucker.
With the Raiders.
Yes.
How'd that work out?
That was their first win.
And how many wins did they get the rest of the season?
See. You see what they did in primetime?
They don't need to be on primetime.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
They need way more primetime games.
All right. Now, as far as this is, now I can talk about this because it's more of a dynasty aspect. Ty Simpson is probably going to be your heir to Matthew Stafford when he decides to hang it up or if his back gives out.
The thing about it is, I see Sean McVay being petty and starting Stetson Bennett.
I can see that too. I don't know if that's going to happen, but
it might happen.
If I can get Ty Simpson in the second round or in the middle of the second round in my rookie draft for dynasty, I might take the shot.
Not a single soul is drafting Ty Simpson, bro.
No, not in redraft. You don't need him.
I'm not even talking about dynasty.
You might take a chance,
Everybody,
especially if he's still out there.
Next year, everybody's drafting Arch Manning.
You're only going to get
more sellers.
The only way you get Archie is if you pick in 101, and you have the option.
They're taking Jeremiah. Jeremiah Smith.
Yeah, he's going to be up there too. Those two guys and Arch is going to be the top 3 picks in rookie drafts and probably in the NFL.
They have Ryan Williams going to the Raiders at 5.
Hmm. That would be nice. They need a wide. They need another wide receiver.
Just not another small one though.
All right, and since we talked about since we brought up the Jets, we can talk about Kenyon Sadiq, the tight end from Oregon. He got drafted with the 17th overall pick to the New York Jets. I think that this is a Frank Reich move.
This is a fantastic pick.
You like it?
Yes.
Why?
He gives a Travis Kelsey vibe.
Oh, he does?
Yes.
Young Travis Kelsey?
Yes.
Okay. I do think that this is a.
Kenyon Sadiq could also play wide receiver.
You think so?
Yeah. I think they move him out wide, Mason Taylor, or you put him in like that gadget player where he plays all around the field.
Like Jimmy Graham?
Yeah.
Okay.
Didn't Jimmy Graham play defense or whatever?
No.
That's where they say he play like linebacker or whatever.
No.
Like
He ain't playing on. No.
Yeah.
He ain't do all of that. But I think Kenyon Sadiq, he, I think he's Frank Reich's pick. Frank Reich is he used to be the offensive coordinator for the Philadelphia Eagles. He was head coach for the Indianapolis Colts for a time. He likes tight ends, or he's known to bring out the best in tight ends. Remember, he had Zach Ertz and Dallas Goedert. Did he have? Yeah, he had Dallas Goedert for a bit. So Geno Smith is also decent enough where he can make use of Kenyon Sadiq.
Not going to be Geno Smith.
What?
It is going to be Cade Klubnik. Why he got drafted?
Bro, you just saying stuff.
No, I'm not.
You just said Geno starting.
If he does.
If who does what?
Because Aaron Glenn says he's gonna start, but why would you draft a quarterback then?
Because you need depth.
You have him,
and you have
Brady Cook, and then you have Cade Klubnik.
You just named a nobody.
What, Brady Cook?
No, the other one.
Klubnik?
Who's No, Brady Cook is who?
He played last year.
And he was not good.
I know he did have.
So you need depth.
He had a solid game.
Nah, bro.
Yeah.
Nah. Kenyon Sadiq is a. No, we're gonna stay on track. I'm not listening to you anymore. You keep saying this outlandish stuff.
It is. It's still Cade Klubnik.
Kenyon Sadiq, I do like the player. I wish he could have landed somewhere else, but the Jets can make use of him.
Where else would you want him?
Literally anywhere else.
What, the Colts?
The Colts? No, not the Colts. They already have Tyler Warren.
Cowboys?
That would have been a good fit. You could have traded Jake Ferguson after that.
Nah, you would need to trade him for a first.
Trade Jake Ferguson? You're not getting a first for him.
Second?
No, you might get a third. Might
Might
is a strong word. You're not getting much for a tight end.
Tight ends aren't worth that more anymore.
But here's my thing about Sadiq. Would you take a chance on drafting him in fantasy this year for redraft?
No.
You wouldn't?
No.
Why not?
Until the official roster comes out, I'm not picking any rookies.
It's gonna be Sadiq.
They're gonna have him at number 2. Watch.
What?
They're gonna be like, Mason Taylor is a vet.
He's not gonna. No. You don't. Here's my thing about when you draft players in the first round. I feel like when you do that and they're high quality players, they're automatic starters. So you're not going to draft these players and not use them.
Some people do that.
Who?
The Chiefs. The Chiefs did it 1 year.
With
they let him sit and then they came in.
Who?
They did that with Mahomes. And he was early though.
But he wasn't early. He was late.
I thought he was like 8.
He was
They had Mahomes going to the
30th.
Bears.
The Bears passed on him.
Oh yeah.
He was like 30th.
It was him.
Because remember they had Alex Smith.
So if he went 30, Lamar went 32.
Yeah, something like that.
I swear Mahomes went 8.
I'll fact check that. We can fact check that too. All right. So Kenyon Sadiq, solid pick. I would draft him. He would be my tight end 2 on my fantasy squad.
I don't see it.
All right. So let's finish out the first round. Mekhi Lemon.
No.
No what?
No.
No what?
No.
Mekhi Lemon, 20th pick to the Philadelphia Eagles via trade with the Dallas Cowboys. I like Mekhi Lemon.
No.
You're not buying him?
Jalen Hurts can't throw the football more than 30 yards.
That's not true.
Bro, it's so inaccurate.
That's not true. Listen, as much I am a Jalen Hurts hater, but even I know that Jalen Hurts can throw further than 30 yards. We've seen
It'd
it.
be landing at AJ Brown feet.
But here's the thing: you have a offensive change in Sean Mannion that's going to help. That's going to have to force Jalen Hurts out of his comfort zone.
I done heard 94.1 say it ain't the coach, it's the players.
It's partly that too, but you're bringing in a guy who hails from Kyle Shanahan, who's had experience with Sean McVay. You're going to change the offense to kind of fit not something. It's going to fit something similar to what they do. It's not going to be exact, but it's going to be something similar. So if your offense is, or if those offenses that you're pulling from throw over the middle of the field, and Makai Lemon is good at playing over the middle of the field, that's where the ball's going to go. It has to go there. You understand?
Yeah.
So with the kind of speed that Makai Lemon has off the line of scrimmage, he's very, very quick.
I seen the highlights. I like what he brings to the table, which is now with the Eagles. Because they keep changing that offensive coordinator. Really think we're gonna get tired of that?
I think that they're not going to change
If
him
they
after this year.
if they fire Sean Mannion, it's over.
They're not firing him after 1 year. Remember, Jalen Hurts is eligible for a new contract. They haven't given it to him
But
yet.
if Jalen Hurts play bad,
If Jalen Hurts plays bad, it could be possible that the Eagles move on from
that
Hurts.
we see Arch Manning coming.
That would be insane. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that at all. Not Sean, not with the Philadelphia Eagles with what they got.
Yeah.
So hopefully that doesn't happen. But
Possible Jalen Hurts.
Makai Lemon as a player, he's probably going to be the wide receiver too after AJ Brown gets traded to the Patriots or wherever they end up sending him. Lemon is going to be their long-term answer and partner with Devonta Smith. They did bring in other wide receivers in free agency. They went and got Dontavian Wicks from the Green Bay Packers. They signed Marquise Brown. They signed Elijah Moore during free agency.
Those dudes is ring chasing.
But they're also on 1 year contracts. Dontavian Wicks, I think he's got 2 years.
He got one.
He got two because he's here for 2026, and I think he's signed through 2027.
He got an extra 1 year deal, but they paying him 13.5.
Exactly. So he's signed for 2 years. Well, he's under
Because
contract.
he already had the additional.
Yeah.
They just gave it to him.
So he's under contract for 2 seasons.
Maybe we see a Dontavian Wicks peak. He's the only tall receiver on the roster.
He's going to allow you to be versatile with what you have. So all three of those guys have the ability to play in the slot. You can play your size outside. You can use Makai Lemon's speed out of the slot. That's going to make them a lot dangerous. Hurts just got to get them the ball.
All the wide receivers besides Dontavian Wicks that you just listed are most like all of them are under like 5'10" or something.
Devonta Smith is not 5'10".
Is Dontavian Smith 6'?
He's like 6'2".
He look 5'11".
He's just scrawny.
Oh.
But he's like 6'2".
He don't look that tall.
He is. And Dontavian Wicks, I think, is 6'3", 6'4".
I've never met Devontae Smith, so I don't know.
You ain't never meet Shador Sanders either.
I did meet Shador.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
We're not getting into that.
I
Right?
met Shador Sanders.
All right, let's finish out the first round because we're
Itchy.
getting a little long, and then we can talk about some other stuff next time. So, KC Concepcion, drafted by the Browns. I don't have the pick that he got picked at, but
25.
25?
Yeah, around
Around 25.
there. Mid-20s.
Do you like that pick?
Yes.
KC? He's very elusive.
Give me Shador Sanders at the starting pit.
You think should?
Yes.
I don't think it's gonna be Shador.
If they don't get it to Shador, man, it's going to be a rough season.
I don't know. Deshaun Watson, they sunk a lot of money into him. So
But the thing about it is Myles Garrett is very persistent on the Shador Sanders should be starting because he knows he gets snubbed. Myles Garrett has said in multiple interviews now, it's like he wants Shador to be the quarterback. And if you're not going to give him what he wants, who knows where he be.
Miles not going anywhere.
That we know.
But Todd Monken did say that he doesn't know who's going to be the QB1 heading into camp. So maybe it's going to be a situation where they keep duking it out in order to see who's going to be that starting role, who's going to get that starting role this season.
What if Shador Sanders is better?
Do you think Shador Sanders can be better than a healthy Deshaun Watson?
Yes.
I mean, I won't say that you're wrong because we haven't seen anything from Deshaun Watson to make us think like, he's going to be balling this year because he's healthy. because he sucked when he was healthy. You know what I
He
mean?
played against the Cowboys that 1 week when he wasn't very well.
We're gonna have to wait and see. But right now, during the off season with the voluntary workouts, they're saying Deshaun Watson looks good. So you're gonna have. My thing is, I do feel like what KC brings to the table is kind of similar to what they have in Jerry Judy.
They say they might move on from Jerry.
If they move off from Jerry Judy, that would change the landscape of what their wide receivers look like. So you got KC, you got Denzel, who I like. I like tall wide receivers.
What
I
about
like,
what's his name?
who?
Xavier. Wait, no. Chris.
Gibson?
No, Chris.
Who are you thinking about?
19.
19. Oh, Cedric Tillman.
Yeah.
You got Denzel Boston.
Cedric Tillman can't play.
You got a bigger version of Cedric Tillman.
But Cedric Tillman was supposed to be great.
I like him, but he took a shot. What was it when he had Russell Wilson? He took a shot. He had a concussion, and then he was like he was. They forgot that he was there.
Or was it Jameis?
No, it wasn't Jameis.
Well,
No. It was Jameis that season. It was 24.
yeah, that snowy game.
Yeah,
Somebody jump outside.
but I do like the pick. I don't think that he'll have an immediate impact right away. He's one of those wide receivers that, if an injury happens, he'll be able to get on the field a little bit longer,
They say
faster.
He might be that kick return type of role.
Yeah, he might do special teams. I don't see him doing it too much. He's still a first round pick.
They use that the kick return thing is being revolutionized now. What it is?
I guess.
You got two kick returners back
But
there.
would you rather be a kick returner or would you rather be a wide receiver too?
I mean, if it moves me up the depth chart, I'll do anything.
Okay, I can respect that. I can respect that take. And finally, the last pick in the first round, Omar Cooper. He gets drafted by the Jets. They trade back into the first round to get him. Garrett Wilson has a number 2 wide receiver to go with.
Quarterback. That's all I'm gonna say. Quarterback.
The Jets,
Quarterback.
low key, minus how you feel about Geno Smith, they got a nice little squad.
Absolutely no defense.
No, they don't.
Except D'Angelo Pons. I'll give them that.
Their defense is gonna need work.
They have a cornerback.
A cornerback.
2.
Who?
That Thomas kid, remember?
Oh.
They drafted him in the second round.
Offensively,
Good.
they look good, or they look better.
Yes.
Brees Hall should be the number 1 running back. I don't think they get cute and try and do all that shuffling like they did last year.
They're gonna go through that passing offense.
Frank Reich.
Yes.
Hopefully that helps change some things.
That's why Miles Sanders wasn't so productive.
What are you talking about Miles Sanders for?
Because
But okay, let's wrap it up with this. Who's your favorite player out of the first round?
it has to be the first round.
Yeah, strictly since we're talking about the first round.
Oh, offense.
Come on, man.
Offensive players in the first round.
Out of all the guys we talked about,
Casey.
KC?
Yeah.
Is it just because we just talked about him?
No.
Okay.
Concepcion.
KC Concepcion? All right. Well, like I said, I told you mine was Jordan Tyson. I feel like he's going to be the best wide receiver in this coming out of this draft in his rookie season. So we'll see how we match up with that. All right. But
Jerry Judy's gonna steal every role.
he just might. He playing for some bread now.
Yeah.
I mean, if they move on from him, the next team he's got to audition well, right?
Remember what Steve Smith Senior said?
Yeah, he called him a jag.
Jerry Judy, you ain't doing that.
He said, "You can come see me about it." I was like, "Dag, really? You just go?" And you at work? You're like you're on ESPN
you're on
talking
live
crazy,
TV.
live TV talking crazy. But thank you, man, for jumping on. I know it was a little short notice, but you did pretty well.
Yeah.
You did pretty well. I have to admit that. So we'll definitely be trying to get you on and talk some more fantasy football as we get closer to the start of the regular season. And then we got our draft coming up in August. So we'll be in touch.
There may or may not be a little special guest appearing. Never know.
Who?
Featherman.
Oh, Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely gotta get Jackson on. But that'll do it for this episode of the Fantasy's Finest podcast. Thank you for checking us out. Uh, as always, we appreciate everybody checking us in. Make sure that you're following the Fantasy's Finest podcast on your favorite podcast platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all of that. You can also check us out on thefantasyfinest.com. More articles we're going to be working on as we get closer to the season, and more fantasy football content on our social medias. So stay tuned. We got a lot more coming this off season, and as we get closer to training camp, and eventually the regular season and draft season. So thank you for checking us out, and let us know what you think of our live show, and see it. Let us know how we did. Until then, we will see you guys in the next one. Y'all take it easy.